Khan A, Shalom, Shalom, Akiyam. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Recha, Kodash. I would also like to give a double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. I would also like to say peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, starting with the 144,000 men of Israel, which consists of the servants, the prophets, whom have been ordained since the foundations of this earth to sing this new song, which comes in the form of this gospel, which would be preached throughout all four corners of this earth and rest upon the ears of the innumerable multitude, men, women, and children of Israel, who may be scattered throughout all four corners of this earth. Shalom. May Shalom, beloved Akim, and Akwath is just by on back again through the spirit, power, mercy, and grace of our power, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And I just wanted to get into a brief live, pretty much, talking to the reality of Esau Edom, the self-proclaimed white man. He knows and understands that he's on borrowed time. You see, the Lord's allowed him to see something, whether it be through his technology, through that collider in Switzerland, or through the big-ass telescope he's using to spy out the heavens. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai let Esau see something. Esau knows, okay, that Yahweh Shai and the angels are on their way. He knows this, man, all right? And this is why he's preparing the way he's preparing. This is why he set up the 6th branch of military, known as the Space Force. All right, this is why he has direct energy weapons in the heavens. All right, this man's preparing to set up an infrastructure, right, in the form of a digital one, all right, to pretty much secure his seat, all right, as the leader of the earth, as the sovereign people, as the ones that have control over the resources and, the people and everything. But he, unbeknownst to him, all right, he's going to be removed, but he thinks he knows he's going to be visited, right? But he's trying to do everything in his power to avoid the outcome, you see? And you can tell by their speech. I got a video, a quick clip I want to play from the beloved brother out of Dallas, GMS Fruits for Thought, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see something real quick. Salaki, but I can't pronounce your name. But yeah, the Songs for Thought, Salaki, GMS Songs for Thought 144. He did a video yesterday, Trump to be key speaker at World Economic Forum this week. And there's a clip he played with Lawrence Fink, which is the new face of the WEF. And you can listen to how these dudes speak, how these Edomites be speaking. They know something, all right? And you can just see by their movements how they're acting, how they're moving. They're preparing. They're set in a defensive mode because they know something's coming. But check this out. Let's go here real quick before I play that video. I'm gonna do this real quick. Let me see something real quick. I should have checked this out. Bear with me, Aki. Let me see something real quick. Woo! Now, what I did was I went to, I'm going to grab Revelations 12 and 12 real quick in the Good News Bible. All right? I've never read it in the Good News Bible till now. Check this out. Revelations 12 and 12, and it reads, "And so be glad, ye heavens, and all ye that live there." All right, which is talking to the elect. All right? The kingdom of heaven suffered violence, and violence taken by force. Is talking to Israel, man. All right, starting with the elect, starting with the men of the Lord. All right, this is the heavens that the Lord's saying to be glad. All right, look at, but how terrible for the earth and the sea, everyone outside of this truth. For the devil, Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white man. Remember, the devil means what? Deceiver, slanderer, false accuser. The devil's Esau. Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. All right, he's that he in Revelation 13 that's going to cause all, small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive the charagma. All right, listen to this. For the devil has come down to you, and he is filled with rage. Okay, he is filled with rage. Why? Because he knows that he has only a little time left. Okay, oh my goodness, the Revelations 12 and 12 Good News Bible translations, fire, man. All right, let me read that again. "And so be glad, ye heavens, and all ye that live there. But how terrible for the earth and the sea." And remember, Revelation 17 and 15, the people are likened unto the sea, right, the waters. "For the devil has come down to you, and he is filled with rage, because he knows that he has only a little time left," bro. You see, but the Lord is going to preserve those that dwell in the heavens, the elect, from this dude, even if some of the elect end up falling into his hand. All right? Because at the end of the day, the Lord's going to put it on his spirit to deal with them accordingly. Right? Because we understand there is going to be elect members that have to be martyred, which, you know, to be a martyr just goes into being a witness, but it's usually linked to, you know, having an honorable death, you know. But needless to say, it pretty much ties into, you know, being a witness, you know, being a witness, you know. But needless to say, this is the reality of Esau's stance. This nigga's going to be filled with rage because he knows that he has a little time left. When you read Revelations 20, let's go here real quick. Esau was never promised eternity. You see? Let me see here. Let me go get this in the KJV. See, the blessing he received in Genesis 27, which was fulfilled via the Renaissance period, never exemplified him ruling forever. It was always him being in a position where he'll have a little time to rule. Look at Revelations 20 and 3, and it reads, matter of fact, I gotta stop from the top, right? Revelations 20 and 1, and it reads, "And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having a key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand." And we liken this angel unto Yahushua. You see, because it's saying that what? He has the key to the bottomless pit, right? And a great chain in his hand, right? A chain represents being in bondage, man. All right, we know Yahushua has the key. Let me see, when you go to Revelations, the first chapter, if I'm not mistaken, in the 18th verse. Revelations 1 and 18, red letter, Yahushua speaking, it reads, "I am he that liveth and was dead, and behold, I am alive forever. Amen. And have the keys to hell and death." You see that? So we believe through faith that this angel here in Revelations 20 and 1 is talking to Yahushua, man. Right? Continuing on. Verse 2. Yup. We're gonna get there, Akia. You got it. Right? And he laid laid hold on the dragon, right? That old serpent, right? Which is what? Talking to the garden, man. That same serpent that beguiled Eve. You see? Look at, watch this. Which is the devil. See? And Satan. We know that serpent in the garden, it wasn't no snake it wasn't no snake that once had arms and legs, man. No, man, that serpent in the garden was a man, a wizard, that ultimately was a nation, right? With an evil, wicked, corrupt spirit that we see manifest in Cain, and we see it manifest in Esau, right? Look at devil and Satan and bound him 1,000 years. Now watch this. And cast him into the bottomless pit, right? Which is talking to Europe. All right. And Europe is likened unto the bottomless pit because it lacks its resources. You see, to this very day. All right. Europe lacks their, you can't really, grow anything out there. It lacks natural resource, to any capacity. You see? So Esau was in a position, they call that era the Dark Ages. They call it the medieval times. Because in their history books, nothing was happening because they weren't ruling. They were under subjection was what their situation was. It was during the time of the Byzantine Empire. So the Southern Kingdom was ruling all Europe, man. All right, all up in Russia. Jake was ruling, man. All right. But needless to say, Esau was in a position where he was subjugated. All right, he was looking crazy, wearing his garments till they disintegrate off his body. All right, yeah, man. The real caveman of the heathen nations is Esau, right? But check this out. Let's continue on, right? And cast him into the bottomless pit and shut him up and set a seal upon him, right? You see, so Esau couldn't. You see, once the Lord puts you in a situation, there's no getting out of it. All right, the Lord have set a seal upon us and put us under the yoke of Esau. There's nothing we can do about that. So when the tables turn, all right, Esau's going to be in that position where he can't move around. He was in that position during that 1,000-year period upon the fall of the Western Roman Empire, man. All right, up until the point of the Renaissance period. Esau was through. Esau was through. All right, look it. That he should deceive the nations no more. See, so he was always deceiving. He was always deceptive. He was always coming through with wizardry. And you see, this is how he gets down. Look at, till the 1,000 years shall be fulfilled. And after that, he must be loosed a little season. And this is the point. This is the reason why I pulled this. To highlight that point. He must be loosed a little season. You see, Esau was never granted access to forever. Esau is trying to create that forever through AI technology. All right? Through AI, artificial intelligence, man. All right? And the way he think he gonna get it done by artificial super intelligence is how he thinks he's gonna get it done. Which is pretty much gonna put him in a conundrum. Because there's no coexisting with that level of AI intelligence if you do your research on that. But needless to say, check out this video real quick. And again, this is courtesy of the beloved brother, right, out of GMS Dallas. His YouTube is GMS Psalms for Thought 144 Salakia, but I can't pronounce your name. You say it, but you say it so quick. I can't say it. I don't wanna. You know what I mean? I'd rather just you know who you are, and you beloved Aki, I'm not quite know the brother. But needless to say, I'm gonna play the video right now. All right, subscribe. To the brother's channel and be edified. Brother be going in. I think the brother just went live a couple minutes ago. But GMS Psalms for Thought 144. Right, now peep this. Bear with me. Let me bring this back a little bit. There we go. I'll pause this right here. Yep. Now listen to how Esau be talking. This is how you know Esau knows. Esau knows he's through. Right? Nigga be speaking in code. Listen.
All right, posted this 19 hours ago. And as you can read the title, International Bankers want every asset on Earth to be tokenized. All roads lead to the MOTB. So I'm going to play it. I would say the biggest question. And this is Larry Fink. And this is the guy that's speaking. He's the head speaker for the W to the E to the F. He's the one that just took Klaus Schwab's position this year. I would say the biggest question from central banks is what is the role of tokenization and digitization? How quickly should they think about digitizing their own currency? What does that mean for the role of the dollar?
if every currency digitizes and we have it, what does that mean for bank payments? What does that mean for the payment companies like MasterCard and Visa? All these are being questioned right now. I think we spend so much time talking about AI. We're not spending enough time talking about how quickly we're going to tokenize every financial asset.
See that? He said we talk about AI all the time, but we're not speaking about how quickly we need to tokenize everything. See, these devils, they know that they're on borrowed time, and they're doing everything quick. They got the 2030 agenda, but listen, it's going to.
And that's what I'm highlighting.
To be set
when you listen
up
to the way Esau talk, that's it. That's all we need. When you listen to the way Esau talk, he knows. Esau knows that they seen something. And these are just the, the tentacles, of the elite, that they utilize, but they're coming as ambassadors, man, to what these elites want to be done. They know they got to get this going. They know they don't got forever. You see, as much as you stupid ass Americans and you stupid so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that don't believe in your power, but you're leaning upon the nigga that smote you, think that this nigga got forever. He knows he don't. Evil E knows he don't have forever. He has to create a forever through this next stage, okay, of revolution via the fourth one is what he's trying to bring forth. All right, now real quick, and I'm not gonna force it. Right to the point. This is a straight to the point lesson right here, man. All right, because he's talking about digital tokens. Nah, man. This thing is gonna. His goal is to bring forth that RFID microchip. All right, now granted, it's gonna be staged. Granted, the next stage might be a wallet, and then, then they're gonna find a way to create a boogeyman out of that, and then say, oh, we have a better way, and if it's subdermal, it's impenetrable. It's completely secure. Esau knows how to dress it up. And we already know what he's going to do. Because this is what he's going to bring forth. Right here, the book of Revelation, chapter 13, and verse 16. And the reason he causeth all. He is Esau in the form of the global elite. Okay? He causeth all, both small and great. Okay? Rich and poor. There you go, Ak. Free and bond to receive a charagma. This word mark in the Greek is charagma. All right? Which goes into what? I got a little bit of time, not much. But for the sake of edification and new listeners, we're going to go over it real quick. There's breakdowns on it. Yuakim and Akwath, go search them out. We got breakdowns on it. So you can get the detailed, intimate lessons on it. Right now, we're going to just glaze it over. Right? But still bring understanding to it. So this word mark, all right, in the Greek, right? You brothers and sisters know by now is G5480, right? Charagma. Listen.
Strong's G 5480. Charagma.
It goes into a what? A stamp, an imprinted mark. Okay, it's subdermal. Look at the mark branded upon horses, man. Because it shows what? Ownership. All right, this is what they're trying to do. They're trying to brand everybody, man. Okay? They're trying to, out of those 13 elite families, one of you people going to belong to one of them. All right? But this is not going to happen. This is not going to come to its perfection. Understand that. Right? The scripture saying Job that he's not gonna be able to fulfill his enterprise. Roughly paraphrasing. Look at thing carved, sculpture, graven work. It's subdermal. And check this out. And of idolatrous images, man. This thing is an idol. All right. If you get it, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans out there, you're bowing down to the beast. Okay. And you're saying what? Evil E, the self-proclaimed white man's your God, which is a capital offense. Pursuant to the law, right? Which is punishable by, you already know, right? Let's continue on. Let's continue on. And back in Revelation 13:16, he calls it all, both small and great. We know who that he is, both small and great. All right, so old and young, right? Rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark, a charagma, in their right hand or in their foreheads, right hand or left hand. You get this charagma anywhere, you're doomed. Forehead talking to the Neuralink. It's on the scene. Elon Musk is not the only one with brain technology, man. Okay, he's just a poster child for that talking point. And you know what I mean? You know how Esau sets up faces for his little move. That's all he is. But there's many different designs out there. Look at in that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, bro. It's connected to economics. What this nigga Lawrence Fink was just talking about, that's what this thing is going to. Or name of the beast or the number of his name. Name and number are synonymous because it's going to be on the chip. The chip, the UPC code, okay, is the 666. All right, which is the name of a man, as the scriptures tell us. Number of a man, rather. All right, so there you have it, man. This is the stage this is the next stage Esau's got to take it to what? To create a synthetic immortality, man. All right, and with this technology he's gonna be playing where he can preserve the brain. He's trying to preserve your conscience. Now, real quick, I'm gonna leave you with this real quick because I gotta fly. This is the book of Job, chapter 14 and verse 5, and it reads, seeing his days are determined. See, Esau knows. Esau knows damn well that there's a date, right, that he has to have. There's a date that he's gonna have with destiny, man. Okay, he knows this, man, and he's trying to warp his future into a reality that's not there by bringing forth this technology that can change the course of prophecy, but it's not possible, man. Okay, what did the Lord say? There's many devices in a man's heart. All right, there's many plans in them, but the Lord's counsel shall stand, bro. Come on, man. And shalom to you, beloved Akim and Akwaf out there. Hey, Yahweh Shemiel Shai Barak Thumb to you, beloved Akim and Akwaf. Hey, the water, for tuning in, the water for your precepts. And to you, beloved Akim and Akwaf that are going to be tuning in later. Hey, shalom, Yahweh Shemiel Shai Barak Thumb. To you, beloved elders, apostles, bishops, the leadership. Shalom, shalom. Right, Job 14 and 5, and it reads, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee, man. The number of his months are with the Lord. Remember, the scriptures also say the Lord doesn't move or stir until the said measures be fulfilled. Right, so the Lord's allowing this dude to do what he do until the time comes where it's time for him to be removed. Look, if thou has appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. Esau's finished, man. He's not leaving earth. All right, he's not going past the Van Allen belt. All right, and this nigga's he's not going a second over, all right, his reign of terror. All right, so hey, Lord willing, you beloved Akim and Akwath will edify. Hey, Lord willing, you were spiritually fed through the spirit, power, mercy, and grace of our power, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Lord willing, you were informed. All right, these devils right now are over there having a meeting via the WEF. All right, up until until Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. And what do you think they're talking about? This digitized system they're trying to bring forth. They're talking about the men of the Lord and how they got to get this executed. How they got to bring forth these FFs, these Black Swan events. We know what they're talking about, man. We already know. We know what they're talking about in their secret chamber because they can't do nothing but work through prophecy. You see? But yeah, man, hey, all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak, Wadash. Hey, double honor to the beloved elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. Hey, Lord willing, you beloved Akim and Akwaf will edify. Hey, till next time, beloved Akim and Akwaf, Shalom.